Today, Blizzard finally unveiled Diablo 4's new Codex of Power feature, and it's a bit of a spiritual successor to Diablo 3's Canized Cube and Diablo 2's Heraldric Cube. Diablo 4 game director Joe Shelley and associate game director Joseph Pieper recently released a breakdown of the Codex of Power. While there are some important differences between the Codex and the dice that precede it, its main purpose seems to be fundamentally similar: to make legendary powers more accessible for builds. The new crafting feature rewards you with a unique form of legendary power called an aspect for each dungeon you clear for the first time. Legendary powers can come from any class, and you can see where to find them in your codex. So if you have your eye on a power, you can go to their dungeon and grab them. From there, take the aspect back to the new occult crafter in town and grant each rare or legendary item its special legendary power, replacing any existing powers. Once you add an aspect to your codex, it becomes available to all of your characters, making it much easier to create and experiment with new characters. This essentially removes RNG from the equation if you equip your build early, but later item drops will prove invaluable. Since aspects in the Codex of Power are always reduced to the lowest possible level, meaning, for example, a power that increases the critical hit damage of an earth skill by 20%, 40% will only ever increase by 20% as an aspect. You have to resort to traditional loot if you want to keep your gear to a minimum. This differs from Diablo 3's Canized Cube, which always maxes out legendary powers. The cube also doesn't let you target specific legendary powers by completing dungeons. You can simply take them off your items and add them to your character without having to carry an extra item. Similarly, the Codex of Power also allows you to extract legendary powers from items and transform them into aspect crystals, which you can then add to another item. However, it seems that the Codex doesn't allow you to directly assign legendary powers to your character, so you'll still need to carry an item with you to take advantage of them. I mentioned earlier that aspects will always be the lowest powered version of a legendary, but there is another major limitation to the Codex that ensures that RNG will always be king. Not all legendary powers are included in the Codex. It's unclear how many are unique to item drops, but Diablo 4 game director Joe Shelley said there are many more that you can only find in the old-fashioned grind. In theory, the Codex gives you the ability to intentionally build a competent character to your liking early in the game, while also preventing random items from becoming stale. We'll see when Diablo 4 launches in June, or sooner if you enter the beta, if it hits that pretty heavy load. Here's how to get the Diablo 4 Collector's Box pre-order. Diablo 4's fancy Collector's Box is officially available for pre-order, and while it's a little pricey at $96.66, Blizzard is still confident it will sell out quickly. You can experience the Collector's Box for yourself on Blizzard's website, and you can also watch game director Joe Shelley and associate game director Joseph Pieper dissect it and show off its contents in a recent feed. It's huge, suitably dark in color, and contains plenty of freebies, including a candle, mousepad, shrine map, pin, art book, and 18 by 10 inch matte art print. But as I mentioned, it doesn't actually include the game, no disc or digital code, so you'll have to buy that separately. More and more publishers are releasing outlandish product bundles to go along with the big releases and leave out the game itself, and Pieper is selling it to give you more flexibility when buying Diablo 4. You can actually get a standard version of the game and the Collector's Box if you prefer, or you can get the ultimate version of the game and the Collector's Box. Pieper said, so you can mix and match depending on what you want specifically for your own needs, because you might want all collectibles as opposed to all digital items. Personally, almost $100 seems a little steep for a kit that doesn't include the game. But I might be salty knowing I'll only be buying it for that cute gothic-looking candle anyway. If you're interested, Blizzard President Mike Ibarra has warned that it will sell out, so do what you want with it. Diablo 4 is also available for digital and physical pre-order and will be released on June 30, 2023. Pre-orders give you access to the Diablo 4 open beta, which does not yet have a release date. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and support my channel.